Thank you for watching my video. My name is Roel. I am a health and nutrition coach and a diabetes practitioner, and I post these videos to help to motivate you to be as healthy as you can be. Today I will talk about insulin resistance, and you probably hear me banging on about blood glucose levels a lot, but that is for good reason. It is because it is at the core of your health, and a lot of people don't realize it. And once you start to see that it's your blood glucose levels that have an impact on your heart health, on your mental health, on your immune system, on levels of inflammation, then you can start looking at your lifestyle in a way that supports that blood glucose control. And when you start doing that, everything will fall into place. Your weight, your energy levels, well, pretty much every aspect of your health. I hope you all had a good week, and I hope that you did at least one thing to look after yourself. I always encourage people to set one little actionable goal every week to keep it simple and small, so it's more likely that you do it. We've had a lovely time in Amsterdam. I've posted a clip of that in my previous video. If you watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, you can go back. It was the video before this one. And I'm always glad to come back. I love being away. I don't really like going away. I'm absolutely crap at packing, hate it with a passion. Not that keen on traveling, although going by train was definitely a great decision, and it made it much more pleasurable compared to flying. But I love coming back, and I love my life at home, my routine. It sounds really boring, but in a way I think it's a good thing, because I always feel sorry for people who are always looking forward to the next trip away or the next different thing to happen, because I always worry that means that they're not actually that happy with their regular life. And I love my regular life, and I can't wait to get back to it when I've been away. So let's talk about insulin resistance. If you are over 40, you might start to notice stubborn weight gain, energy crashes, or even cravings that just won't stop. Then this video is definitely for you if that's the case. We're going to talk about insulin resistance. You may have heard people talking about it. We're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about the signs to watch out for, what causes it, and of course, most importantly, how you can fix it. So let's see what we can do, because small changes actually can make a big difference in your health and quality of life. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to overhaul your whole lifestyle. Right, so what exactly is insulin resistance? Insulin is a hormone that helps move sugar from your blood into your cells, where your cells will use it to produce energy. But when your body becomes insulin resistant, then your cells have stopped responding to the insulin. And that means that more sugar stays in your blood, because the cells are not letting the glucose out of your blood into the cells. And then your pancreas, where the insulin is produced, has to pump out even more insulin to try and keep things balanced. Over time, this will then lead to high blood glucose levels, and this will lead to weight gain, especially around your belly, and it can even lead to type 2 diabetes, and that is a serious condition which can lead to even more severe complications like heart disease, amputations, blindness, kidney failure. So I'm sure we all agree that we want to avoid that. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I know if I'm insulin resistant? Because we don't all have very regular blood glucose tests to find out our blood glucose levels, so you may not be aware of it. But there are some common signs, and I really strongly feel that there are many people walking around with insulin resistance who are not aware of it. And if you have that knowledge and you are aware of it, then I think you're more likely to take action, and that can only be a good thing, because you can avoid type 2 diabetes. Not type 1 diabetes, but type 2 diabetes you can. Now, some common signs to look out for. Extra weight around your tummy. That can be a sign that you're insulin resistant. If you feel very tired and lethargic, especially after meals. If you crave sugar and carbs, especially in the afternoon or evening, and also maybe even after meals. If you have difficulty losing weight, even when you try to eat healthy. If your blood pressure or your cholesterol levels are creeping up. If you have dark patches on your skin, especially on your neck or in your armpits. It could also be linked to hormonal imbalances. For example, if you have polycystic ovary syndrome. So if any of these symptoms sound familiar, don't worry, and there is a lot you can do to improve your insulin sensitivity. So what causes insulin resistance? The biggest culprits are eating too many refined carbohydrates and sugars like white bread and pasta, pastries and sugary drinks. Lack of physical activity, not moving enough, especially if you sit a lot during the day, you might have a sedentary job. Chronic stress, this will raise your cortisol levels and that will increase your blood glucose levels. Poor sleep, because if you don't sleep well, your body actually acts as if it's under stress, and also it can have an impact on your inflammation levels, and inflammation will actually make you more insulin resistant. Inflammation actually impairs your body's ability to process glucose. And excess body fat, especially around your tummy, can also promote insulin resistance. Now, the good news, of course, is that we can improve insulin sensitivity. So how do we do that then? Well, looking at the causes, it makes sense then that we reduce the processed carbohydrates and the sugars. Don't have a lot of pasta, bread, or don't have it at all if you can. You don't need it for anything. You need it like you need a hole in the head. And eat more protein, healthy fats, vegetables, nuts maybe, and move your body as much as possible. Go for a walk after a meal especially. Do strength training, super important. You could be out walking all day long and feel really good about that, and you should, because that's a good thing to do. But if you do not do any resistance or strength training, you're missing out. You need to build and maintain muscle tissue to have good control over your blood glucose levels. Stress management, really important, because we know that cortisol increases your blood glucose levels. So try maybe deep breathing, meditation, or just taking some time for yourself to do something that you like doing. We can prioritize sleep. Really important to sleep between 7 and 9 hours a night. I can barely say this without laughing, because that is an area where I constantly need to do some work. As you probably know, if you've watched more of my videos, I've mentioned that before. And I do keep trying to improve that, and I think I'm getting a little bit better. And you could also try intermittent fasting, though I wouldn't really start with that if your diet is rubbish. Then I would address the diet first until you've got that a little bit sorted out, and then maybe start experimenting with intermittent fasting, where you may not eat for a period of time, say 14, 16 hours. Yeah, insulin resistance, super common, and it's good to know that the power is in your hands to turn things around, and small daily habits can have a huge impact on your long-term health. And that's why I'm such a fan of once a week, ask yourself, what is the one thing that I can do? I've mentioned a few things now in this video. What is the one thing that you can do this week to improve your insulin sensitivity? Because ultimately that is going to improve your health, all aspects of it. Right, if you found this video helpful, then of course give me a little thumbs up and maybe even subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like that. And if you have any questions, then drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to set yourself one little actionable goal this week. Don't make it too difficult, because you don't want to create resistance against doing this one little thing. Make it easy. You can always do more if you feel good, and then you feel even better. But if you set yourself some crazy, ridiculous goal, then you're likely not to do it one day, and then you feel a bit shit because you didn't do it. So it's much better to set yourself a very achievable little action that you can smash, and then you feel good about yourself. And remember, when you feel good about yourself, you always do better. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Lots of love.